created a documentary called
Home. Yeah.
Incredible documentary.
Brilliant. Thank you.
The idea of why?
So I didn't know much about homelessness whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? Like, except for seeing the people that I walk past on the street.
And you would see it in London an awful lot of time.
Everywhere. So in the US, my first experience with homelessness was when I was like 23. And I went traveling around the world, and actually I lived in downtown LA for, I spent a bit of time there before I went down to New Zealand and Australia. And I stayed in a place called Skid Row. No, sorry, I didn't stay there. I was close to Skid Row. And this is where there's like, it's literally kind of like an area with thousands of homeless people just on the streets, living in cardboard boxes, tents. They have their lives in trolleys. Now, it's like something from a movie or from another planet. I'd never seen anything like this. And I wanted to film this the minute I got there. Do you know what I mean? I was just like blown away in the night. You know what I mean? It was just crazy.
You see this in Canada now.
Yeah, you probably saw it in Canada as well.
Hastings, so I know, I kind of understand.
Yeah, and so same thing. I'd seen like homelessness around London, obviously in Ireland as well. And when I used to come back and forth from London to Dublin, and would be out in pubs and stuff with my mates, and I noticed the situation getting worse.
What year was this?
I would say, so if I've lived in London for 14 years now, so it was probably over the last 10 years, I noticed it kind of getting...
At that time, would it be right in saying that homelessness would be connected to drink and drugs and sometimes...
That's what it looked like. The guys that I was seeing at that point, they seemed like they were definitely addicted to drugs, you know what I mean, or had that kind of...
Because that has changed drastically.
Yeah. There's a number of reasons, you know what I mean? It can be those, it can be like a family, it can be like just the journey of life, it can be, not enough housing, it can be just losing your job, whatever, there's a variety of things, but it can also obviously be alcohol and drugs too. Yeah. But
to me, that's what's in people's heads.
Well, that was the thing, man. I never, when I walked past these people on the street, I never thought or considered how they got there. I just thought, that it probably was something that they did, like drink or drugs, and it was kind of like their own fault or something like that. I had that kind of ignorant mentality. I got to meet then not just Apollo House, but the people actually on the streets, so I continued with it over the next number of years until now. It's only been released in the last sort of, when was it, end of October or something, started doing festivals. And it was awarded there at the Dublin Independent Film Festival, won Best Short Documentary, 35-minute film. Thank you very much. Man. And you have to remember, right, there was no support, no funding or anything like that. It was just something, just getting off my ass and getting out there with a camera and just sort of meeting the people, and then just getting favours from different people who could help me out here in Ireland and the UK in terms of editing and that kind of stuff. I just had this opportunity, and when I got down there and started filming, I said, you know what, man, it opened my eyes.
Grabbed your heart.
That's it. Yeah, and I realised I have to continue with this, but I gotta it's not just about Apollo, it's about the people who are actually on the streets.
Absolutely.
And that's what the next phase was for me, was getting out there and meeting the people. The first person I came across was a fella called Tommy. And he was just opposite Trinity College there, just down past Grafton Street. And he was just literally with a sleeping bag around, and people just walking past him, crowds of people. Just, it looked in a really bad way. Just like rocking himself for some form of comfort, you know what I mean? Just like, and nobody seemed to be kind of like taking any note of him or giving him anything. He had a paper cup sat beside him. And so I eventually went over to him, started speaking to him, and I just, he came to life, just through some human interaction. And we started getting on. I realised, fucking hell, this guy has a great character. You know what I mean? I could actually see this guy could be someone. Like, everybody can be someone, but do you know what I mean? It's like he had, I hadn't even heard him perform or anything at this stage. You know what I mean? But I just saw it in his eyes that this guy, there's something very special about this guy. And so we got on really well, and he then sort of told me that he had a passion for music, and he was a rapper. And so I asked him, could he perform, a rap for me there and then on the street with people walking past, and he started doing this rap about homelessness. I think it's just I'm Homeless.
If you haven't seen this, check it out.
Dublin is home to almost 2 million people, but today, more than ever, its streets highlight the disparity between prosperity and impoverishment, with a growing number who struggle to survive.
I'm homeless, living rough on the streets. I got no food to eat, I got nowhere to sleep. I get down the street to the welfare, but the welfare I had the other day, the fuckers don't care. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm training outside, there's holes in my shoes, some water getting through. I never knew what it was gonna be like until I got kicked out of my house that night. Now I'm roughing it, got nowhere to live. Asking people on the street to give what they can give, but people they just walk straight past. Look to me as if I was made of glass. I'm homeless, but I'm human. human too. I'm no different to any of you. It's just your ignorant attitude that makes me feel like I'm nothing to lose. I'm homeless, but I'm human too. I'm no different to any of you. It's just people's ignorant attitude that makes me feel like I'm nothing to lose. Homeless. It's a crisis.
So I was just blown away. I was filming all this and then kind of speaking to Tommy on and off sort of camera, or and that kind of thing. And so then I noticed that once I sort of interacted with him, I was sat on the floor with my camera beside him. Do you know what I mean? And people then started to kind of interact with him more. You know what I mean? Just because maybe it made him a little bit more approachable or something, or whatever it was. And then a woman came up, gave him like a baguette. He said, "Thank you very much." She walked off, and then he opened it up and he complained that there was no meat in it. So then, but man, the thing was, no, he said, "You know what, Scott, I don't even think he knew my name at this point, but anyway, he said, you know what, you'll never go home or hungry in Ireland. The people are so generous, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, that they'll always give you food." And that I could really see that he was very grateful for everything that he was given.
I commend what you do. I really think it's great, and I'm looking forward to sitting down and seeing the reaction that this gets. It's
been fairly positive so far. Do you know what I mean? It's been everyone who's seen it has come back to me, like at festivals. They've come to me afterwards, and like the best comment I've had is from a few people. They said that it opened their eyes in terms of that they now look at the people on the streets in a completely different light.